We protect you from what lives in the sewers. You should be terrified. Part 2. Okay. I didn't think. I just turned and sprinted down the rear corridor. I knew this wasn't a drill. My whole life, my dad trained me for this exact moment. And still, I was running. Then I heard it. Oliver's footsteps behind me, followed by his shout. Run. Move. I bolted through the damp tunnel, pipes rattling along the walls, light flickering overhead. A half-lit storage room flashed by, and then, bam. I slammed into another heavy steel door, almost knocking myself flat. Oliver was a few yards behind me, his headlamp wobbling wildly as he ran. Oliver, how the hell does this open? I yelled, yanking at the handle. It didn't budge. Move, kid, he shouted, shoving me aside. He started pounding on a tiny switch next to the frame, slapping it over and over like he was trying to wake up a stubborn doorbell. The door didn't even twitch. He kept hitting it, glancing back every other second. I finally turned to, shotgun tight against my shoulder. Down the corridor, between the pipes, something was coming toward us. Tall, lanky, human-shaped, sort of. Water poured off of it. Its skin glistened like wet clay, and long strands of dark green muck hung off its arms and shoulders, like lake weed. My heartbeat stuttered. Come on, Oliver roared. It's opening. Move. The door groaned, clicked, then slowly, painfully, started to open. Oliver squeezed through and thrust his arm out toward me. I didn't hesitate for even a second. I grabbed his hand, and he yanked me inside with all his strength. On your feet. Move. Line up, all of you. A voice I didn't recognize barked the orders at us the moment we stumbled inside. By the time I registered what was happening, we were standing in a massive, dried-out water reservoir. The concrete beneath my boots was cold and slick with moisture. Oliver jumped up immediately and rushed toward one of the men, already talking fast. There were at least 20 guys in the chamber. All of them built like tanks, scarred, filthy, hardened by years down here. Wearing torn gear, carrying rifles, pipes, makeshift flamethrowers. They looked like me, just tougher, more experienced, more broken in. I never imagined there were still this many of us guarding the sewers. They've never made it down here, Oliver. You sure they're coming? A big, bearded man asked. Of course they're coming. Oliver shouted back. They're on our damn heels. The bearded man squinted at him, clearly unconvinced, at least until the heavy steel door behind us shook so violently it sounded like a car had slammed into it. The whole wall rattled. My lungs forgot how to breathe. Every weapon in the room snapped toward the door at once. Prep positions, the bearded man roared. Everyone, move. Flamethrowers up front. The group scattered instantly, each person finding their designated spot. Metal clanged, rifles clicked, boots scraped. These men knew exactly what they were doing, and they were preparing to die if needed. The bearded man stepped toward me. You, Chuck. I nodded. My heart was pounding so hard it felt like it was stuck in my throat. I suddenly felt small, out of place, surrounded by all these hardened fighters. Good, he said. He leaned closer. I knew your father. Hell of a protector. His expression shifted, hard, serious. Now it's your turn. Time to prove what you can do. We all stood there, tense and silent. Every weapon in the room was aimed at the steel door. It had stopped shaking, but we knew something was behind it. The smell wasn't the usual sewer stench, it was worse. Much worse. The kind of smell people only describe one way, the smell of death. It didn't start with a bang. Not even with a heavy impact. It started with a leak. A brownish-gray sludge began oozing through the hinges of the door. Thick, muddy goo seeping out through every tiny gap, like the door itself was melting. Or like something alive was pressing through it. Flamethrowers. Do it now. The bearded man shouted. 2 of the sewer guards immediately fired up their makeshift flamethrowers. I heard the gas tanks scream, the pipes rattle as they heated up, and then a torrent of fire blasted out. The flames washed across the steel door. The metal hissed under the heat, and from the other side, something started to scream. A thin, stretched, high-pitched wail that drilled straight into your skull. Piercing. Inhuman. Then the door exploded off its hinges. It flew forward like a bus had rammed it, slamming into the concrete and sending cracks spiderwebbing across the floor. And behind it was the real nightmare. A mass of brownish-gray sludge. Not a creature, not a shape, just a colossal pulsing mound of living mud that filled the entire hallway. And then, slowly, inevitably, it began to pour into the chamber. The flamethrowers shrieked as they pushed out more heat. Everybody pulled their trigger. 24 of us opened fire at once. Gunfire filled the entire chamber. The noise was deafening, so loud it felt like the concrete itself was screaming alongside us. The flamethrowers spat fire toward the mass. I fired too, as fast as I could reload. The shotgun slammed into my shoulder with every blast, but I didn't care. Everyone else's desperate fighting lit something inside me. For the first time in my life, I felt like a Real sewer guard. The mass kept pouring out of the hallway. I watched bullets hit it and disappear. Just swallowed whole. No effect. Only the fire held it back. Every time the flames touched it, the thing recoiled, almost like it was afraid. Then one stream of sludge suddenly stiffened. And slowly, it rose. Its shape pulled together, dripping, reshaping itself into a brownish-gray humanoid figure. A living, slimy mockery of a person. One of the guards ran up and shot it point-blank in the head. The mass head exploded, splattering the wall behind it with disgusting chunks. He stepped back, triumphant. He never saw the second one forming right behind him. I did. The thing lunged. Hard, like a tidal wave hitting a rock. Help! Shoot me! Please, just shoot me! The man screamed. Oliver was the one who granted his wish. One fast shot. One final scream. Then silence. After that, everything turned to chaos.